A little bit chilly out there this morning. Cool days and crisp nights are the perfect time of year to enjoy a big old bowl of good hot chili. Today, we're going to kick up the flavor profile and add seafood to the mix. Here's Chef Andre Smith's signature seafood chili. Hope you enjoy it.
Today, we're in for the ultimate second breakfast. Chef Andre Smith of Commonwealth Senior Living is here to share a special rendition of a chili dish, including seafood. Good morning, Chef.
Good morning.
All right, so it is fall, and of course, we're thinking about chili and all the warmth that comes with the foods that we eat. I hadn't even thought of infusing that with seafood, but you've got all of my favorite things on deck today, on the menu rather. Tell us how we make your special seafood chili.
Yes, so usually when you think of chilies, you're thinking about chicken chili, you're thinking about beef chili, you're thinking about sausage chili. Today, the seafood, we have to bring out the seafood. In the Tidewater area, we love the seafood. In the Northern Neck area, we love the seafood. So here we're going to start off. Of course, you got to have your beans. If you don't have your beans, you know it's not chili. Also, the feature of the dish is going to be our seafood. We have shrimp, we have mussels, and we have crab. We have crab meat. I have a Chesapeake Bay spice. I have cumin, tomato paste. We have chili powder, garlic, fresh basil, diced tomatoes, tomato sauce. Right now I'm sauteing our onions and jalapenos. We have some chicken broth that I'm going to add to the pan. We're going to deglaze this pan.
And how much?
I wish everyone from home could.
Because that looks like a good amount. How much chicken broth are we adding?
We have 3 cups of chicken broth here. When we add our tomato sauce and our tomato paste, it's going to thicken up the broth and it's going to get our flavors going. So I'm going to add 16 ounces of tomato sauce. I'm going to add 6 ounces of tomato paste. I'm going to get all that in there. I'm going to add our fresh garlic. We're going to just get this simmering. We're going to add our tomatoes. We're going to start to add our seasonings. We're going to add our cumin, tablespoon of cumin, tablespoon of chili powder. We're going to just let that simmer. You're going to let that simmer for 30 minutes. You want all the flavors to come together. Everyone knows chilies, they got to be hearty, thick, stick to your ribs.
So this is really interesting because when you make other types of chili, you typically are going to, brown the meat, start preparing the meat, and then kind of put things on top of that. But because you're working with seafood that cooks a little bit faster, preparing everything and then adding the seafood.
Oh, yes. We do that. We do that because when you deal with seafood, you almost want to poach your seafood. We're not doing shrimp scampi or anything, so we don't want to saute our shrimp and things like that. But for these purposes, I did cook the shrimp in advance. Of course, if you're doing this dish from home, you want to poach your shrimp inside the broth. You want to build those flavors up.
Okay, so you would kind of start preparing the seafood if you were doing it at home. That's interesting.
Yes.
Not too much because we don't want it to be too overcooked.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. So I'm going to switch out. And we have 30 minutes. I believe I've been cooking for 30 minutes. It feels like 30 minutes. And if you can see, there's your seafood chili. After 30 minutes, it thickened up. You want that simmer. You want to get all the flavors in. You want it thick. You want it hearty. And then we bring out our dish. We want to sprinkle a little bit of Chesapeake seasoning. And this season is dear to you. Everyone has their seasoning. Everyone has their Old Bay, their Maryland seasoning, things like that. I won't tell you my secret, but always have, your seasonings in your heart. I'm put a little cilantro in there. I'm gonna bring this up, and you have some jasmine rice, some cornbread, and you have your seafood chili. And I wish everyone at home could definitely smell and taste this dish.
Well, I almost feel like I can smell it from here. The moment you said cornbread, my eyebrows went up because, man, I definitely am looking forward to those cool fall days with some chili, some cornbread, those comfort foods, and
Yes.
even creating it with a twist, having
Yes.
my favorite thing, seafood, crab, shrimp, mussels. It sounds amazing, and I'm sure it tastes amazing. Thank you for being with us today.
Thank you. It's my pleasure.
For those of you who'd like to see this recipe and make it at home for yourself, visit our website at wtvr.com/VTM.